nobody stop what the Most High put together. We gon' see. In times. Serpents lurking, watchers watching, Yasharala stay on point. They lurking. We under the covenant, we ain't got no other choice. Gird your loins up, armor up, cause it's time for war. We the generation that's gon' get on one accord. Serpents lurking, watchers watching, Yasharala stay on point. We under the covenant, we ain't got no other choice. Gird your loins up, armor up, cause it's time for war.
Kumalo, Mtungwa, Zilikazi Gamashoba, Bulazo Mnyama, Nina Bagapete Sengom.
I haven't even started the vlog. Good morning, guys. It is happening. Ikalil. Welcome.
So here we start out with my little brother sitting at the gate. I'm going to be explaining some of the processes, and if I do get them wrong, don't bite me. They do differ from family to family, but I just hope you guys enjoy this video for what it is.
And then when they go to the bride's family, you know, they'll stand outside the gate and start, what do they call it? And start like shouting maybe the surnames of that family.
The bride's family?
Yes, or their own. Like usually when they come, they'll go like, Sikuleli Lekaya, you know, like notifying them that they
have arrived.
And then the family, the bride's family will just stand there by the gate and look at them, because there's a certain amount of money that they need to pay. They call it imvula mlomo before they take notice of it. But it's a little night, it's like maybe 50 rand or 100 rand.
Okay.
Or sometimes if you bring a bottle of wine or a strong drink like your brandy is.
Okay.
And then after, once you have paid them, then they now open the gates.
Oh, okay. So before this time, they are still outside.
They are still outside.
Oh.
You know, until they pay that small token. Yes. Then after that, they will go inside.
Okay.
And then they will notify them that how much their daughter costs. Usually, they said in olden days it was strictly like your cattle and you know. So now, but now it's you can pay in the form of money.
Okay.
And then maybe they will tell you that our daughter is worth 20 kettles. So now it's calculated. Maybe now a cow is 7,000. So you will say that 7,000 multiplied
by
20 cows.
Wow. So okay, so how is the calculation done? Is it based on how educated the girl is?
That counts a lot, or if she's still a virgin.
Okay, so if she's still a virgin,
yes.
If she's beautiful, does that count?
Mostly what counts is how educated is, or she is a virgin or not.
Oh.
And then when she has a baby before marriage.
Okay. So that takes out from the...
Yeah, it makes the Lobola
reduce.
Donke sibuka kwi-phone wena ubuka live noma abavale bo nabo and yeah
Ekuhle kokhumalo. Khumalo. Mtungwa. Zilikazi Gamashoba. Nine nadla umuntu nabe nimiyenga ngendaba. Bulazo Mnyama. Nina Bagapete Sengom. Nine nadla izimfe ezimbili ikhambi laphuma lilinye. Bantungwa amahle. Mabaso. Nine nabasentabeni kwadliwa ilanga. Bonda bezithe. Ekuhle kokhumalo. Khumalo. Mtungwa. Mzilikazi Gamashoba.
Alright, so in Zulu culture, the uncles are meant to approach the gate singing or shouting clan names. So because my surname is Kumalo, obviously they were saying the Kumalo clan names like Mzilikazi Gamashobane, blah blah blah. And here you can see my younger brother sitting, because technically there's like a little boy in the family that you're meant to like send to go and tell the dad that, hey, there's uncles at the gate. But the little brother doesn't move unless they're motivated. So here they were giving him some money. And after he received what he deemed was sufficient, he got up and actually went and told my dad that, hey, there's uncles at the gate. Obviously, this was just, just like a little game, because we definitely knew they were coming. Later on, my older brother also approached the gate. That's him with the book. So he was a bit of a secretary for this meeting. He approached my in-laws and welcomed them in, showed them where to go, and we were about to start the whole Lobola process. Okay, back again. So at this point, all the maidens that were in the house or in the yard were asked to go down so that the uncles who were at the gate can identify who they were here for. So back in the day, obviously, if you're coming to get loboled, they don't know which girl you're here for. So my aunts were trying to make me take off my shoes, change my blankets, which was obviously going to mess with the plan that I had. But yeah, let's have a look, and the uncles obviously have to try and identify who they're here for.
Oh.
But it was just chilled vibes, music was pumping, megumnandi nje. OMG guys, and also at this point I had not seen my boyfriend.
like especially the Ngunis. When I say the Ngunis, I mean Zulu, Xhosa, Ndebele, Swati. They call them the Ngunis.
Okay.
Yeah, they do practice the culture or the tradition of bride price. Bride price here is seen as a token, an appreciation to the family of a bride. And then what happens when the couple has already agreed that they want to marry and all that? What happens, the groom's family, they will write a letter to take to the bride's family and then notifying them of their interest of coming to marry their daughter. And then the bride's family will respond to them, like telling them which date is suitable for them. It's done
So
by
they write letters, like proper letter.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
somebody will take it there, and maybe a family,
like a court
sister.
ceremony.
Yes, exactly. So now after that, and then on the day that they fix, the groom's family, the groom is not supposed to be there. Number one,
It's not supposed to be
there when they are going to the first step they take towards the negotiations of the bride. But the groom will send his uncles to the bride's family.
His parents.
The parents also, they are not allowed. I don't know in other cultures, but in Zulu,
Oh wow, the uncles are very powerful. What if I don't have uncles?
then you go maybe look for family friends. You know, that it's also allowed if there's no uncles. And women, they do not negotiate. They do not do Lobola negotiations.
So the uncles keep going back.
Exactly.
Until the groom is comfortable.
Yes, and sometimes they don't see eye to eye. It's very tense at times.
Wow.
Yeah. So usually when they want to go and pay price for them, you must pray that things must run smoothly. Sometimes you get greedy uncles or greedy family and all that. But whereby maybe the groom really loves this fiance, maybe unfortunately he can't meet up with all the demands. So at times, if you find the right family, maybe they do reduce to what he said he can, or maybe even
hold on. So for the bride's family, is it the uncles that represent as well?
Yes, uncles.
The parents of the bride are not there.
No, they are
what
not
of his
there.
our father?
Is not negotiating.
The father is not.
Uncles.
I don't understand. It's not my child.
It's not my child. The father will just be telling the uncle, "This is what I demand. This is what I want." Yes.
Understanding that whatever the father says is what goes. So it's very important to know the father of the woman you're looking to marry and understand what exactly his requirement is. So this is now a brother or near kin can give away the woman in marriage. This is titled A Brother or Near Kin Can Give Away the Woman in Marriage. So let's get into this. Brother Ephraim, please.
Genesis chapter 34, verses 7 to 12. And the sons of Jacob came out of the field when they heard it, and the men were grieved, and they were very wroth, because he had wrought folly in Israel in lying with Jacob's daughter, which thing ought not to be done.
Okay, so we can see that Jacob's sons, right, they've come out of the field, right, and let's see what happens with Jacob's sons next. Read on.
And Hamor communed with them, saying, The soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter. I pray you give her him to wife.
So here, this man who was trying to get a wife for his son has gone to the brothers of Dinah and said to the brothers, my son longs for your daughter. Give your daughter give her him to wife. My bad. So that basically Hamor is calling Dinah the daughter of her brothers, and he's asking the brothers to give their sister to marry this guy's son. So what this basically shows is, in the scripture, brothers can actually give away their sisters to marry a man, because we can see in life, and in our community, you don't always have access to a father, because there's multiple reasons why a father may not be in a household to give the daughter away. So if a daughter doesn't have a father in her life, but she has a brother, then her brother can operate as the father and be the one that the man has to come to and ask, what is required for me to marry, this woman. So yeah, you can always speak to the brother and he would operate as the father. All right, if you can just read on, please.
And make ye marriages with us, and give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you.
Praise Yah. Okay, so you can just see the brothers are just operating as the father in this instance. Read on, please.
And ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade ye therein, and get you possessions therein.
Read on.
And Shechem said unto her father and unto her brethren, Let me find grace in your eyes, and what ye shall say unto me will I give.
So now Jacob's come, and now he's addressing both Jacob and the brothers. So we can see that even the brothers can be involved in this process of giving away the daughter or the sister. Okay, read on.
Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye shall say unto me, but give me the damsel to wife.
Praise Yah. So this just shows that it's important also just to develop a strong relationship with not just the woman, but her father and even the brothers as well. So, a lot of people in relationships, they operate as if it's just, oh, I only really need to invest in the person that I'm interested in. But in the scripture, you've got to invest in having a relationship with, the woman's father, and it can even be the brothers as well, if they're going to be the ones that are going to be having some say in whether or not you can marry the sister. All right, praise Yah. So yeah, and now this is a brother or near kin can stand in for the father. So just adding to this concept with this passage of scriptures. So if you can just bring this out, please, Lauren.
Deuteronomy 25:5. If brethren dwell together, and one of them die, and have no child, the wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger. Her husband's brother shall go in unto her, and take her to him to wife, and perform the duty of an husband's brother unto her.
All right, praise Yah, thanks for that. So we can see clearly here it's telling us, so yeah, if you got brothers, one of them's married, but the brother dies and his wife doesn't have a baby, then his wife needs to now marry her brother. I mean, not her brother, but she needs to marry her brother-in-law, and the brother-in-law will, give her a child in place of her brother. So this right here is specifically talking about that situation of, a woman, what's it called? Yeah, basically having to marry her brother-in-law, right?
Ruth 3:9. And he said, Who art thou? And she answered, I am Ruth thine handmaid. Spread before thy skirts over thine handmaid, for thou art a near kinsman.
Thanks to that. So basically, in Deuteronomy 25:5, if the woman's husband died, who did the woman have to marry? She had to marry the brother. It didn't say nothing about marrying the uncle, marrying the cousin. You had to marry the brother. But in Ruth chapter 3:9, Ruth's husband has died. So really, she would have to marry her husband's brother. But guess what? Her husband's brother dead as well. So who can she marry now? So now she's looking for a near kinsman. Now she ends up marrying Boaz. Okay. But it didn't say near kinsman in Deuteronomy 25:5. It just says he's going to perform the duty of her husband's brother. She's got to go to one of the brothers. So the point is, yeah, that that's how the Bible goes, right? So, for example, in the book of where was we at now? Yeah, like Exodus chapter 22 and 17. You have to ask the father for the dowry. But if the father's not there, we could see that brothers could also step in Genesis 34. And there's other accounts like in Genesis 24, Laban, the brother of Rebecca, is also part of the negotiations of giving Rebecca as a wife to Isaac. Okay, so brothers can step in for the father, but what if a woman doesn't have any brothers? For example, Ruth, she didn't have any, brothers of the sons of Naomi. They had no more brothers to give Ruth to raise up seed. So then what happens? We can see that she went to a near kinsman, okay, which turned out to be Boaz, who wasn't actually a brother. So the point that I'm making is, if a woman doesn't have a father, right, then you go to the brother. But if she doesn't have a brother for you to go and ask, can I marry her? Then you'll have to go to her near relative. It will be a male, but it was always a male. So you'd go to like maybe one of her male cousins or one of her male uncles. You know what I'm saying? And that's just who you'd end up going to pay the dowry or to speak to. So yeah, I'm just trying to show like this is kind of like the understanding of, in certain scenarios, there's not a father, there's not a brother. So you'd go to an uncle. You get me?
Ivila ani uyivila la family nangu number 1. I'm not
Sanibonani. Ninjani? Yebo, siyaphila. Oh, sizozethula namhlanje. Mina sizomdala uMakhumalo ozala ubaKing. Bese udadewethu bonke laba uLondeka lo uRithabile okuhle. Bese nansi nembali yethu la siswethu simphilezelile okuhle kakhulu. Siyabonga.
Siyabona zilonke.
Bona Makhumalo. Olonke
Oh my word, guys, I'm so sorry. I did not have a chance to take snaps of all the food we ate. I literally took this after everyone had dished. So it does not look the cutest, but I can promise you that we all had lots and lots of food. You can ask anyone you see in this video and they probably can confirm. We had starters, we had this, we had dessert, we had a braai even afterwards. There was a stebe, you know the vibe. But yeah.
I'll just take you through what marriages in Nigeria is like, especially from the Yoruba tradition. So from that, you can tell me how it is different with what you have in South Africa. The Lobola, is it like common for every South African or just a particular tribe?
It's common with every tribe in South Africa.
Oh, okay. So for us in Nigeria, especially for the Yoruba people, boy meets girl, boy likes girl. Girl goes to her parents to say, okay, I have met the person I want to marry. Then they fix a date. They call it introduction. I think that's like the official, meeting of both families. You bring like a basket of fruits. Then when you want to make it fancy, you can bring, a bottle of shinap and all those other random things like salt, sugar, all those things. But it is not like mandatory. Apart from exchange of, it's just usually an exchange of gifts. The groom's family bring the basket of fruit. Then the bride's family, when they are leaving, they give them something as well. It can be anything. It can be biscuits, it can be fruits as well. It can be anything. Then after that, then it is in that introduction meeting that they now fix a date for the wedding, and that's how it's done. So how is it done in South Africa?
So they don't pay Lobola.
Okay, so there is bride price, but recently, especially, let me speak for myself and what has been obtainable over the years in Yoruba land. So what happens is that there is a bride price that is to be paid, but now the bride's family don't collect the bride price. So they say that they are not selling their child or they are not selling their daughter, so they don't want the bride price. So however, they will still, they will now give the bride price to the groom, then the groom then gives it to his wife to say, okay, take care of yourself with it. So my husband gave me my bride price and I spent it with love. With love. But in other parts of Nigeria, like the Igbo people, it's a big deal. Bride price is a big deal. Like, you can sell your inheritance for bride price, but for Yoruba people, it's not so much of a big deal. However, there are other things that you bring, like a box of clothes, 42 tubers of yam, what's it called, palm oil, all those traditional things. But the money exchange is very limited.
Mark chapter 36 verse 24 reads, "He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest." So the understanding the scripture gives of a wife is that she is the possession of a man. So a man who obtains a wife obtains a possession, and a woman or a wife who is the possession of a man, her purpose is to help the man. The Most High made woman to be a help that was meet for a man, help that was suitable for a man. So as men in this life, we've got tasks that we need to conduct for the Most High and for our livelihood. And the Most High has given us the woman to help us with these tasks that we are, instructed to do in this world. So yeah, a woman, you know, that becomes a man's wife is that man's possession. And she's also a pillar of rest. So she's supposed to be someone that can give the man peace, give him rest, give him shalom. Praise the Most High. So yeah, when you think about a possession, you have to understand there's a way you acquire a possession. Yeah, so for a woman to become a wife, the only difference is a wife is a woman that is the possession of a man. A woman is a woman that doesn't belong to a man as yet. She's still under her father. Alright, because when you go into the Hebrew word for wife, I believe it's the Hebrew word ish. The Hebrew word for wife is the same Hebrew word for woman. There's no difference. The only reason that we see this word wife, you know, in the English is when in context, that is a woman that belongs to a man. So a woman is just a woman until she becomes the property of a man who has purchased her, and now she becomes that man's possession. She becomes that man's wife. So by nature, when a woman says, I am the wife of such and such, she's also saying, I am the possession of such and such. I belong to such and such. He has purchased me. Okay, so with this understanding of a woman being a possession, meaning she's been purchased, right? Let's understand how this is done with the biblical perspective. So this is Ruth chapter 4 verse 10. It says, Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Mahlon, have I purchased to be my wife. So you can see clearly there the way that Boaz acquired Ruth as his wife, the way that he obtained this wife according to the scripture, is he had to purchase her, right? There's a price to be paid, okay, for a man to claim a woman as his possession, as his woman, as his wife. When you say that that's my woman, you're saying that's my wife. And why is she your woman? Why is she your wife? Because you must purchase her according to the Bible. So Ruth chapter 4 verse 10. Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Mahlon, have I purchased to be my wife, to raise up the name of a dead upon his inheritance, that the name of a dead be not cut off from among his brethren, and from the gate of his place ye are witness this day. So you can see there's also witnesses involved in this purchase. So when you purchase your woman, you must have witnesses there, you know, as evidence that she is your woman, that you have actually purchased her. It's not just something that you're saying you've done. Okay. And the scripture shows in 2 Corinthians 13:1, you need at least 2 or 3 witnesses for a matter to be established. Praise Yah. So in this account in Hosea chapter 3, we're going to read verse 1 and verse 2. The Most High instructs Hosea to marry an adulteress, right? And here's how he marries this woman, okay? Hosea chapter 3 and verse 1. Then said the Lord unto me, Go yet love a woman beloved of her friend, yet an adulteress according to the love of the Lord toward the children of Israel, who look to other gods and love flagons of wine. So you can see the Most High is clearly saying to Hosea, you know, go yet and love a woman beloved of her friend. So go and love a woman. Alright, so you know, for him to love a woman, he's gonna have to be married to her, or else it's fornication. So let's see what he does now to acquire this woman. Verse 2 says, So I bought her to me for 15 pieces of silver, and for an homer of barley, and a half homer of barley. So in order to love this woman the way that the Most High loves Israel, which means within the context of marriage, because when you go to Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 5 says, For thy maker is thine husband, the Lord of hosts is his name, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. The Elohim of the whole earth shall he be called. So we can see that the maker, the Most High, he is the, you know, husband of the Israelites. So when the Most High is saying to Hosea, love a woman like the love that the Most High has for the children of Israel, he's saying, like, love a woman the way I love my wife Israel. So he's telling Hosea, go and get yourself a wife. And how does Hosea go about getting this wife? Verse 2 says, So I bought her to me for 15 pieces of silver, and for an homer of barley, and a half homer of barley. So it says he bought her. He purchased her, he paid for her, making her his what? Possession. Think about all your possessions in life. How have you acquired all of your possessions?
And another important part, when that family of a bride, it's maybe people who are well known. Okay. That also counts. And usually the Zulu bride price, it's usually expensive.
Wow.
Yes. It's usually, so what they do, maybe if they say maybe worth 20 cows, then you check in the market how much is one cow.
Wow.
And then cows like 7. Maybe
okay, so it has to be cows.
Yes.
Like they do the calculation based on
cows. Exactly.
Wow.
Not on the goats. No, goat is too cheap. So now they will do on the base on the cow. Then maybe they say they want 20 cows for maybe.
Wow.
Then they will say maybe if a cow in the market is 7,000 or 8,000 or 10,000. 10,000 multiplied by 20.
Wow.
Yes, you know.
That's a lot of money.
And then after that, sometimes the groom will give them maybe the groom will make research or maybe ask the fiance how much. And I said maybe sometimes he will come with a half of the money.
Okay.
Yes, or a quarter of it, and then whatever they have.
Are you paying in installments?
Yes, definitely.
So, okay, but do you have to finish paying before the marriage takes place?
It depends with families. There are some whereby they just continue with the celebration and, going to the court of law to sign. And then maybe
they can live in together.
Exactly.
And,
yes.
before
the most important thing, that's first step, the one that he had that.
Okay.
Yes. And then after that, when they agree, they will go back at times. If maybe it's too much, they will go back to and inform the groom. This is what they want.
Okay. At this time, the groom is not even there.
He's not even there.
Their person is here behind him. The one girl here, then your lorry. Wow.
What did you say?
Ogori and then your lorry.
Ogori and then
like their person is here behind him. Like he's not even there. It is his head, but it's not even there while their person is.
Exactly. So now the Lobola negotiation, it does not take one day. Okay. Sometimes it can take weeks, and it depends also with the distance, how far is the bride and the groom live.
Okay.
Yes, it also counts on that. And then after that, they will go and inform the groom this is how much they want.
Okay.
You understand? And then if maybe the groom will feel like the money is too much, you ask them, go back and negotiate.
He gon' send his hand. Destruction gotta come, that's how he get us out this lane. The devil working hard, trying to get us out his plane. His sheep hear his voice, so he can't get us out his hand. We gon' trust the son of man, blow your wings, Father. Your kingdom coming, we just trying to make it in, Father. Rather we